Part 2, very short, but I just wanted to reiterate the getting out and moving piece in terms of feeling invigorated. So I've just got back in off my ride. I'm sweating, I'm still breathing hard, just about to cool down. I feel I feel magnificent. I feel really, really great. I've got, just feel the blood pumping through my veins. But one of the things that I just wanted to share on this, and this is just from my military days. There was a phrase that we used to have in the military, and I never buried much thought in the military because I just thought it was bullshit, but actually it's not. And it's fitting body, fitting mind. You see, I've just finished that ride now. I was only out for, about an hour or so. And the level of clarity I feel, my heart rate's coming back down, my breathing's regulating again. I could go and sit down and do some really, great quality focused work. And the point from the military days was it was always hard work to get to the field of operation, to get to your task. You had to, we always call it tactical advanced battle, tabbing. The Marines call it yomping. The RAF call it a bus. But the point was that we used to have to, really get a lick on to get to where you needed to get to. But then when you got there, you weren't hanging around. You then had a task to complete. And that meant you had to have clarity. And that's why the military, pays so much attention to moving, to fitness, to health. Now, for those of you out there kind of like calling bullshit on this one because I don't need to be fit to be successful, I call you out on it. Because I think the moment that you start to take an interest in your fitness, the moment you start to take an interest in moving, in doing what your body's supposed to do, then you get to enjoy the success so much better. Tim Ferriss, 4-hour week. When you go read his book, there's a thing that he talks about in his book which is really kind of interesting. And it's just, I can't remember exactly what he calls it, but it's kind of like it's an old age test. And by old age, I'm talking about, my age, his age, I don't feel old. But the test was to be able to walk upstairs, to be able to pick up a cabin bag and put it in an overhead locker, the overhead locker on an aircraft yourself, to be able to pick up a weight, to be able to bend down, to be able to sit down, to be able, and actually if you think about those mobility challenges, how do you gauge on those right now? Because if we don't look after our health, if we don't look at it, we lose that mobility. If you lose your mobility, how are you going to enjoy your success? It's worth thinking about. And if you aren't doing anything now, you can call me bullshit at all, and I'm not suggesting for a moment that that's what you're going to do. But if it's something that you need to address, then do something about it. Just start with the baby steps. And it's going to lead on to my success post tomorrow, because the bit that leads on to this is the fitting body, fitting mind. I just want to talk a little tomorrow about mental well-being. And it doesn't just happen, you got to work at it. But yeah, comment, like, share. Don't comment, don't like. But if this resonates with you, if nothing else, get your carcass out, go do something.